On this edition of Oswego Speedway Shop Talk, we sat down with defending Pathfinder Bank SBS Series champion and former Classic winner Mike Bond, who says going to Oswego Speedway in the early years was a childhood ritual.
We always went there as kids. I've been going there since '74. Only missed one race there since. We just liked it, so we always wanted to do it. When they come out with this class, it was an opportunity to race there.
The SBS class, however, was not Bond's first endeavor in auto racing. Some may not know he was quite the champion on the dirt surface.
I ran dirt for, 6, 7 years before going to Oswego. I won 11 races the last year. I ran pure stock, then they did away with them, so we had to move up to street stock the following year.
And after the transition from dirt to asphalt, Bond quickly had success in the former limited supermodified division. Enough so that he got a phone call from Timmy Proud in 1999 to drive his supermodified.
He wanted to step back and be a car owner, so he asked me to drive the cars. So we won rookie of the year in the Super, so it was a decent year. It was more stressful. That was the first time I'd ever drove for somebody else, so it was different. You know, when you drive for yourself, you take it easy because you know you got to fix it. But when you drive for somebody else, you know they don't want them to kick you out of it, so you want to do good and prove yourself.
Despite a stint in his brother Bobby's supermodified last season, which saw Bond start the 2011 International Classic, he says there isn't really the itch anymore to be a full-time supermodified competitor.
No, not really, not anymore. It's just too much work, and it just ain't, just there to have a good time. Super is just way too much money. It's just way too much me. I do most of the maintenance on the car myself. I mean, Mike and Larry come out and help me, and Terry's usually maybe one night a week, but Super is just way more work. You got to have some dedicated, and I don't want to put that much work in anymore. Been over 30 years working on race cars and just having a good time and getting ready to retire.
And when asked which car he actually liked to drive better, we got a quick reaction.
SBS. That's why I'm in it still.
Despite all the years of success for Mike Bond, it's hard to believe that he could actually one-up himself. But the 2011 season was his best year yet.
It's a good year. That was the best year I've had in the SBS class. But if you look at our times, we really were, that was slowest. We only went, I think, fourth or the quickest all year. So it wasn't that we were fast, it was just consistent.
With 5 feature wins on the year and a track championship, the only thing missing was that SBS Classic a year ago.
Yeah, well, I was following Castilla, and I think he said something broke on his car, and he hit the front stretch wall. When he did, it tore his rear bumper off, and I ran over it and cut my tire. That was pretty disappointing.
One thing everybody notices watching the 26 on the racetrack is it uses every lane possible, begging people to wonder, how is Mike Bond so good on the outside?
We just got a good setup on the car. I think coming from dirt helps some because you got to drive a loose car out there. That's usually all I run is on the outside practice. So everybody looks at their time for practice. You know, should be getting the car set up, not trying to go the fastest.
After driving for many different owners throughout the years in the SBS class, most of Bond's recent success has come from behind the wheel of the Terry Salazzo-owned number 26.
Well, I was getting out, and Dan Denny actually set the deal up. You know, Terry had bought a new car, and he said if he didn't like it, he'd be looking for a driver. So he got Terry got a hold of me, and that was how we got started.
With so many years in the SBS division, Bond is used to seeing the cycle of car counts going up and down, and he is confident that in 2012, the Pathfinder SBS Series will be right back on top.
I mean, last year we lost a bunch of them to the Supers. I think there was 6 drivers, so I mean, it takes a year or so for it to build back up. And it does that over the years. It's been the same way. That, and plus I think the new track owners gave new life to the track. I think that got more people coming back again. Because nobody knew for sure what was going to happen, so they didn't want to invest all that money into the track.
With all the championships and classic wins and driving a black car, does Mike Bond think he can intimidate the rest of the field?
Yeah, I don't know. We're all the same playing field. I mean, so nobody's doing better than the other. Just depends on your car.
You're doing better than the others.
Well, I've been at it a few more years, too. Takes experience.
Some have criticized Bond for being slightly too aggressive throughout the years, but Mike doesn't shy away from it.
Well, if I never had the best motor, if I had the motor some of them guys did, I wouldn't have to take chances like that. But you watch me, I usually have to pass in the corners, and you got some of them guys that just blow by you down the straightaways. It makes it a lot easier. Last year I built my own motor last year. This year Mikey O'Connor doing it. We ain't got 10,000 like some of these guys in their motors. Last year, it was just our backup motor from the year before. All I did was put new bearings in it and we ran it. I mean, it's tough when the cars are so close with the rules. You know, everybody, your legals are pretty close in horsepower, so you're going to run about the same. So you just got to wait for a mistake and take advantage of it.
When asked if the veteran of the sport could change one thing in the class,
I would go to smaller tires, make these guys work for it.
with the 2012 Pathfinder Bank SBS racing season on the doorstep, Mike Bond says winning races is all that matters to him. And if another championship or classic win comes along the way, so be it.